meeting with Rick and Mary Bruns. We want to find out a little bit about his experience over the past several years here with USC, some of the physicians. So Rick, tell us, when did you first come to USC? How did you get here?
How did I get here? I was symptomatic with some problems about all of 6 years ago, and local doctors couldn't seem to find a solution to it or what the problem was. Finally, after seeing several doctors that were retiring, not giving me much attention, there was a particular newer doctor at another facility that did an MRI and found a pancreatic tumor. And they right away knew it to be an insulinoma with the symptoms that I had, because I was very weak within a moment. I was a couple of occasions dropping to the ground, very peculiar. My nails were getting very brittle. My hair was getting really dry. Some really peculiar things. So put it all together and finally finding a test that showed that tumor. That's what distinguished that. But they wanted to assign me a weight loss surgeon.
Yeah.
A specialist, and I knew enough to...
I remember that.
Yeah, and I knew enough not to follow through on that, and when I did my own reading on that, it said find someone that has done one of these before. And so from there I went to the next metropolitan area closest to us, Fresno, and found a pancreatic specialist. And then with my appointment to him, at the end of the conclusion of that, first of all, he says, why am I seeing you so fast? It's only been a week since you called. So I thought that was peculiar. But I really do attribute it to Jehovah's Answering Prayers to facilitate me getting to where I needed to go. Because at the end of that discussion with him, he says, I said, we have to do this bloodless, by the way. He said, bloodless? He says, well, you've got this problem, and this problem, and this problem, and you want me to do it without blood? And I said, yeah, that would be non-negotiable. He said, well, then I won't necessarily agree to do this surgery. And then he said, well, we can follow through on these other tests. So by that point, I said, well, I'll just finish up the appointment with him. Came home, and then that weekend I knew we were having our district convention and have access to seeing Ray Tratz in Fresno, who's on the HLC.
Right.
So in the meantime, I was doing my homework to find USC as a transfusionless program that they had going on. So I found the website.
You went on the website. That's how you
found the website. And with that encouraged me right away, from my own investigations, to say, wait a minute, this is now a place to go to. So that very weekend, saw Ray Tratz and said, Ray, this is the problem I've got going on. This is what I've come up with in my research. What do you suggest? He said, go there. Right. And so he steered me right away, and then right away gave me your phone number.
Fantastic. What year was that again?
That would be 3 years ago. Well, the surgery was 3 years ago. Maybe been 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago. So.
3.5 years ago. And so it was in the summer, so maybe we're coming up on the 4th year.
Okay, so maybe 2011,
something
like that?
Yeah, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And then, so after our convention that weekend, with your phone number, I came home, called you. You were kind enough to immediately take my call, and within minutes say, well, let me put you on hold, Rick, and let me see what I can do. And you took my number just in case we got disconnected. And
that's good. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, and you got back to me probably within about 4 minutes, and you said, Rick, you can see Dr. Selby next week.
Okay. So you met Dr. Selby, and did you have any apprehension about coming to USC at that point and what to expect with Dr. Selby's consult?
No apprehensions. I respected the fact that you had told me that he was a chief of surgery, that from my investigation of USC as a facility, it was just renowned, and I felt comfortable in it, certainly versus what I had experienced locally and other doctors and other places. So I felt comfortable coming here,